We start off with the Star PSS reshuffle. Now, Ruto has created 7 new state departments, bringing number of PSS to 58. None has been fired. We have Belia Kipsang, Immigration, Regina Ombam, Trade, Julius Bitok, Education, Amos Gathecha, Public Service, Edward Kisiangani, Advisor.
He's not an advisor. Alikuwa PS amesumbua watu sana. Now he's an advisor huko. He's under David Ndii.
Yes. Unajua mtu alisema wacha apelekwe hapo kwenye sasa anaweza air his views.
Now he can advise properly from there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Belia Kipsang ametolewa education, and you know amekaa hapo sana education, and people are wondering why.
Ampelekwe immigration, and that's perhaps one of the biggest questions. What rationale do we have to remove a PS who has been in the Ministry of Education for so long and take him to the Ministry of Immigration? What are you saying about education? I think that's where he's needed most, given the kind of challenges we have in that.
Yes, anaijua
anaelewa like the back of his hand.
Officers on the brink patrolling age of distress, and before the body of Constable Paul Wagadhari was found hanging from a window grill at Associate Police Station in Belgut. He had been experiencing anxiety attacks. His colleagues did not realize he was battling depression and needed medical attention. This story is on page 2. Lakini hapa, there is a photo here. What is happening in Naivasha. Vroom, vroom, vroom of Safari Rally cars go. And they say Great and Speed President William Ruto flags off car number 28, driven by Carl Tundo and navigated by Team Jesop at KICC Nairobi during the start of the 2025 WRC Safari Rally on Thursday, that is yesterday. Child welfare in deplorable state, lament lobbies, and the Kenyan child is still confronted with violence at home, forced marriage, labor exploitation, and FGM, which hinders their preparedness to compete with those from other parts of the world. Sai tuko na State Department ya Child Welfare. It's a new State Department.
With a PS?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, PS. That's the Star, fresh, independent, different. It's Friday. Siasa pullout. We have it here. Mount Kenya at crossroads between Ruto's sway and Gachagwa's grip. It's in the Star.
All right. Raila's big harvest. Still talking about the new PSs. Government names forwarded to National Assembly for approval amid reports of imminent cabinet changes. Kuna cabinet secretary general alisema is not a coward. Hata mkifuta yeye ni sawa. Anyway, it's a shuffle. Former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's handshake with President William Ruto is paying dividends, with the latest changes landing the ODM chief 14 principal secretary posts as the duo's broad-based government continues to take shape. President William Ruto has been forced to add 7. And at least Raila apate 14 because initially wangeumia sana. Because Raila demanded for 15 according to sources. Na ni kama mpatiwa bado kuna moja hajapewa.
Amesema is a fair man.
But the reshuffle will come at a huge cost to already overburdened Kenyan taxpayers, given that no single official has been sacked to pave the way for the new entrance. The story is on the back page of the Daily Nation. That's really story on pages 4 and 5. But some of the fresh appointees include Judy Pareno, who's now Justice, Rights and Constitutional Affairs, PS, nominee. Caroline Karogo, Oluga Ouma. This perhaps, I think this one is really commendable. He was a unionist, the KMPDU. Now he finds himself as PS. I don't know how he'll change now, from a unionist to a PS.
There's not much that he can do. Kama the CS is a doctor herself.
Well, Wilson Sosion was among those hopeful to get PS position. I don't see him on the list. I don't know what will happen.
Well,
Regina Kothom-Bam, Stephen Isaboke, and Fikirini Kahindi Jacobs. Those are just some of the fresh appointees.
This is a 27-year-old.
27-year-old PS. Some of those people have been moved. Julius Bitok from immigration to basic education. I don't know. When Dr. Belia Kipsang has been moved from basic education to immigration, they've just done a direct swap between Belia Kipsang and Julius Bitok. And perhaps that is one of the most shocking moves. Elijah Mwangi, mining to sports. Ismail Madei, youth affairs to special programs. Teresia Mbalika, devolution to aviation. And Harry Kimtai, medical services to mining.
This too is also very worrying. Sababu, he knows that ministry like the back of his hand.
Medical services.
Yes, Shah is under his department.
But Shah has had a lot of problems, probably why the PS has been moved.
Now will Dr. Oluga...
Dr. Oluga Ouma, sasa hakuna kupiga kelele ati, sasa sumeingia hapo your PS, do something. Your Shah ulikuwa fanya mambo. Wacha maneno wewe. Lakini kuna jamaa hapa na wamesema he's been demoted. Sisi hatuna huruma na yeye, anaitwa Professor Edward Kisiangani. Ametolewa kuwa PS wa ICT. Ameenda kuwa advisor.
Yes.
Reporting to David Ndii. Nafikiri kuna gazeti inasema good riddance.
Yes.
Na hapo hatuna huruma.
Huko wako na freedom.
Hatuna huruma hapo. Yes.
Daily Nation. The Standard.
The Standard haipembelezi. Ndio nasema hatuna huruma leo.
Yes.
Condemned tyrant. There's a big headline there.
We have it here. Gone with the wind. Now the court has reprimanded former ICT Principal Secretary Edward Kisiangani for arrogating powers to himself that he never possessed and using them to suppress the media. Now this rebuke came just hours before the history professor was removed from the Department of Broadcasting and appointed as senior advisor to the president on economic matters.
Hiyo advice ako nayo aende apatiane huko kwa advisors.
Yes. And the verdict, the court says, Kisiangani gave himself powers he did not have. He had no authority to direct independent authorities and accounting officers on the procurement of services. The PS's move was promoting discriminatory exclusion of private media. Kisiangani's memo was an affront and a threat to media independence and pluralism in the country. And the directive did not promote competitiveness and transparency. For reference, enemy of the press.
Yes.
Tumebandikiwa hapo.
Huyu kusema ukweli ninajaribu kukuwa na huruma lakini nimekosa. It's not in my heart at all. Yes.
Kisiangani.
Condemned tyrant. And I agree with the headline there on the Standard.
Yeah.
Sitaki kuendelea sababu ninaweza choka.
Some of the Standard and the People Daily, they're giving Gen Z editors. We're here for it.
Well, they're just saying the truth.
Yes.
Yes.
On the top strip, winners, losers in Ruto's, PS's and envoys reshuffle. Sidhani kuna losers apart from Kisiangani.
He's been demoted, and I think it's only the Nation that has actually said that he's actually been demoted. He's no longer a PS. Anaenda kuadvise huko kama David Ndii.
Yes. Sasa winners, kumekuwa tuna reshuffle, but literally, if you're moved from here to here, is it really a loss though?
Yes.
Kisiangani though. Now budget, state drops 16 new sub-counties. The story is on page 12. Tuangalie ni sub-counties gani hizi zimekuwa dropped. They say funding delays 24 sub-counties rollout, only 8 to be launched.
So they were not in existence before, they were just to be rolled out. So they've dropped a number of them.
Yes.
Because of budgetary constraints.
Yes.
Right.
That's the Standard. Kule nyuma ulishatuambia matters
WRC, yes. Tinga swallows Ruto, that's a People Daily, of course, to do with the PSs. And this gentleman finds himself on the front page. Amepewa sura kubwa sana kwa gazeti. I think this is the last time he'll find himself on the front pages.
Yes.
But anaitwa sema PS Edward Kisiangani hubris. Censured. So amepewa picha kubwa kidogo tu kuliko ya Raila Odinga pale. But kwa sababu ya hiyo, media industry players say good riddance to Professor Kisiangani. Sio mimi nimesema, usiseme ninachoma sana. Lakini ukweli.
Lakini najua ni nani.
Huyu mwenye ameandika story. Unajua ni nani?
Yes.
So some of the faces that have been appointed PS, of course that's a big story today. Nothing different there, but media industry players say good riddance to who? A gentleman there. Other stories, why varsity funding model flopped is on the Newsbeat page 6. HIV cure trial offers hope for patients. Na hii story ya watu wa mapengo pia imekuja main.
Yes. 50 million Kenyans miss a tooth or two. True. Sina moja mimi.
Yeah, of all my 32 teeth. All.
I'm among the 50 million.
Na unasema mimi ni mzee.
Well, we apologize.
Watu wa mapengo ndio wengi. 50 million Kenyans, the population of Kenya is how many? We're about 55 million.
Yes.
So we are the minority, as people with a full mouth of teeth. Wale kuna 32 teeth.
Interesting.
Hao wengine wengi hawana meno.
Court declares advertising monopoly illegal.
Yes. Na hiyo ilikuwa ni Professor Kisiangani alikuwa ameleta hiyo maneno, ndio inaitwa hubris, censured.
Powers that he didn't have.
Good riddance, according to the People Daily. Sima nimesema ni front page. Usiseme nimechoma.
Yes. Taifa Leo, Raila aanza kuvuna na amevuna. Baadhi ya walioteuliwa makatibu, tunaona hapa Regina Ombam, biashara, Daktari Caroline Karugu, EAC, Judith Paremo, masuala ya katiba, Daktari Belio Kipsang, ini uhamiaji, Stephen Isaboke, broadcasting, Frederick Oluga, afya, that is former
and you see what loyalty does
FPDU.
in politics. Dr. Caroline Karugu stuck with former Prime Minister Raila Odinga for the longest time. In Azimio, she was among the very few people from Mount Kenya region who stuck with the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister, and eventually she has actually gotten something. A PS. You have to come, it's only for 2 days if you put it on your CV.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
You remember that article that said certain region ikona only one tribe. You know, if you're looking at what Odinga has done, truly wakisema is a fair man, because we see
he's actually spread it out, yes.
Wanasema mkataba wa ushirikiano ambao kiongozi wa ODM Raila Odinga alitia saini na serikali ya Kenya Kwanza unaendelea kuzaa matunda, huku washirika wake wakinufaika kwa nyadhifa za makatibu wa wizara. Habari kamili katika ukurasa wa pili wa gazeti hili. Koti yafuta amri ya Kisiangani, aliambiwa he had no powers, hizo zilikuwa za cabinet secretary.
Apeleke huko kwa advice.
Kanisa lazima wanasiasa, na kanisa Katoliki laiga lile la Kianglikana kunyima wanasiasa nafasi kuhutubu kanisani. Na Trump sasa aunga rais wa Ukraine, aidi kuipa Ukraine silaha za angani baada ya Urusi kukataa kusitisha mapigano. Habari kamili katika ukurasa wa 8. On the top strip, kukejeli Matiang'i, wazee waonya Raila. Odinga alikuwa amesema Matiang'i hawezi kushinda urais kwa kura za jamii moja.
Hapo ni kama Raila alichoma.
Yes.
He's caused a lot of anger from that community.
Maybe ilikuwa tu a slip of the tongue.
Probably. You know, he's an elderly man.
Yes.
I don't think he meant anything bad, but ikatoka vibaya.
Yes. Taifa Leo.
Matters business, rich investors gain 147 billion shillings windfall on Ruto's tax-free bonds. Rates of up to 18.4%, and investors' record returns, and bonds beat equities, property, and fixed deposits. That's a business daily. So kama hauna, you've not invested in the infrastructure bonds, you can watch from the outside as people who did enjoy. Infrastructure bond investors have enjoyed a windfall in the last 2 years as the Kenya Kwanza government ramped up its borrowing using costly tax-free securities. It will come at a cost to Kenyans. Pale kuna picha ya kumbe King bado yuko around.
Yes.
Chief Justice Martha Koome receives King Willem Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands at the Supreme Court in Nairobi yesterday. He was coming for a 3-day visit. I think ilisha jana, so probably left. Yeah. On the ticker, precious metal traders to report cash sales of gold above 1.9 million. Cooperative Bank retains dividend as net profit rises 9.8%, and Dusit Hotel Complex set for April auction. If you want to read more, grab yourself a copy of the Business Daily. All
right. Tuangalie masuala ya caricature. Today it's Friday, Youth Perspective.
Yes, Josephat Kamanya, Hans Rop, those are political analysts, will be in studio alongside Kabala Kile, that's a National Deputy Chairperson, People's Liberation Party, and Mark Oko, Youth Coordinator, National Students Council of Kenya. It is a Youth Perspective. Vijana wanafikiria nini kuhusu some of these headlines that we're looking at today, including jamaa anaitwa Professor